I'm so excited to finish this pink and silver jeweled notebook for my crafting YouTube videos.
Teacups, we have a craft to do really quickly. So I got my cutter out. When I went to Walmart, you know, I told you guys, I'll tell you what I got at Walmart. So the Chanel patch stickers by Hello Hobby. There are two pieces in here. You get like the little boots and then you get like the little cowgirl hat. I got these stickers. I did get 2 packs of bling stickers. I got the color and then I got just the white ones. I also got the Gorilla Super Glue Tape, which is double-sided. Why am I just now seeing this? Because I looked everywhere in the store. I was like, is it double-sided? It is double-sided, so duh. Got my material. You know, this was like $2 and some change for, I think this is 1/3 of a yard. And 1/3 of a yard is really big. I guess compared to like, you know, what I have to do. Anywho, this is Hello Hobby round cord elastic. And I got this just in case. Because I was like, if I make a traveler's notebook out of this, you know, I'm going to need that cord. So I'm going to sit this in my drawer with the other cord. If I can find it. Because I still have stuff that I like haven't used. Like some of the charms. The metallic gallery, and I think these came from Hobby Lobby, and these little bears, whatever. So I still have like some jewelry that I can use on this particular notebook, but this isn't necessarily a traveler's notebook, if you will. I am covering this sketchbook. It is by Dollaroni. It's called Simply. It's a sketchbook. But I'm not using it just for sketching. This is going to be like my brain dump, my catch-all, my journal, like just my everything, like an everything book for 2026. And hopefully I don't run out of room in my everything book. But if I do, I have a backup. If I need more pages, I always get a composition notebook. Don't ask me why, but I always get a composition notebook. I don't know why. And they had one that was like really pink and pretty, but when I got to the register, I asked the lady how much it was, and it was like almost $5. And I was like, I am not paying $5 for a basic composition notebook just because it's pink and pretty. I can cover this myself. So this will probably be a mini project, but right now we're going to get into this. So sketchbooks are pretty, you know, basic. I like the paper in the sketchbooks because they're kind of on the thick side. They don't bleed through. They're really durable. If you mess up, you know, you can, you know, remove the pages, whatever. And then if you want to take the backs off and all that kind of stuff, this thing is sort of adjustable. Like if you had your own cinch machine, which I plan on getting this year because I want to start making my own little books like this. And I don't want that to come off. You know what I mean? I want all my pages and stuff to be intact. So, yeah, learning the mechanism, it should be really easy. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is lazy girl measure my notebook. So, basically what that is I literally take my material and lazily turn that to the other side, and let's see how much material it would take. Now, if I'm being honest, I probably should have gotten, you know, like some sort of paint on adhesive, which I do have. I actually do have some Mod Podge. Hold on a second. Let's talk about adhesive, okay? So what I got from Walmart, again, was this Gorilla Glue Super Glue Tape we're going to be trying out today. However, Aleene's they make great adhesive, right? So this is original tacky and this is the clear tacky. And I thought about using it. It does dry quickly. But at the same time, I don't want this to buckle, even though it's paper and it is It has some texture to it. It's textured. It's still paper. It's cardboard, but it's still paper. And I just was like, I don't want it to buckle. It may not. I don't know. If you know, leave it in the comments and I'll know next time, because if I love this idea, I'm going to do it again. One of the things about this project, just FYI, I'm going to be folding the notebook, the cover over this part so I don't see it, because I don't want to see it. So just FYI. But Ellene's, I know you guys are familiar with this. They make great adhesive and they have all different sizes. They have all different kinds, and I like it. My grandkids like it. So we use this a lot. I have tried the E6000, the Dollar General. They have Art Skills, and this is okay. It's permanent adhesive, strong bond, quick set time, multi-surface, long lasting. It's good. It's average. I did my clock with it, which is why I have some of this. I put some jewels on the clock that hangs on my wall, and this is why I used it, and it's been up there for like a year. So yeah. If you don't want to use glue, there are other things that you can use. Like, that Stitch Witchery stuff? Well, they have some of this at the Dollar Tree called Crafter Square. It's fusible interfacing. And you can actually take this and iron it onto your fabric. And I think this peels off. Yeah, it peels off. And you can also stitch it. So you can iron it. You can stitch it. So many different things. And if you're familiar with that kind of stuff, then you know. But a glue stick isn't gonna, work with this. So I have got Art Skill Deco, which is the same as Mod Podge, which you get at the Dollar General. They do have some at the Dollar Tree, okay? But it's not gonna be Art Skill. It's gonna be whatever the Dollar Tree sells. Dollar Tree sells really small portions of Mod Podge, but this right here is the same thing. It's decoupage, you know what I mean? So if I wanted to, just squirt it and then take a sponge brush and paint it, and then leave it. But again, even though it's textured and it's cardboard, it's hard, I just don't want it to buckle. I want everything to be flat. So that's why I chose the tape. However, if it needs some help, I still have the regular double-sided tape that we all know and love. All right, so let's get started. So what I'm going to do is take one of these pens. I'm going to take a dark color and I'm going to measure this out. Try to measure it out almost perfect. I'm going to try to measure it almost perfect. And the book needs to be closed when you do this, guys, because remember, you're going to have to open this up, and you're going to have room over here, right? So I'm just leaving a tiny, tiny, tiny bit, just in case something happens. Alright, so we got that marked off. Now we can cut. Alright, we're almost there. I have a little bit more to slice off on the top, but so far my paper cutter and my little scissors, which I think these are We Are Memory Keepers. They came in a little kit. I showed you this years ago when we had this store called I mentioned it in the last video, I'm sure. I'm almost positive I did. Tuesday Morning. We had the store called Tuesday Morning, and y'all, I stayed in Tuesday Morning because it was everything. I was like, let me go in Tuesday Morning and see what they have. And yeah, it was everything. Alright, so what I do is I take that and I'm just gonna put it. I think that is about the right place. And I have 2 blades on mine, right? I have 2 blades. It's gonna cut pretty good on that one side, and then you just wanna... Now, this particular cutter, FYI, is not We Are Memories Keepers. This one is by Hobby Lobby, and it does have a little thing that that pops out. I don't know how to pop it out. I don't think I've ever popped it out. There it is. I don't think I've ever used it. But if you sew and all that kind of stuff, it's got a little thing that pops out. I bought an extra blade, but I think some of them kind of do come with like 2 blades or whatever. But I bought an extra one because I cut everything, thin paper, thick paper, material, all the things or whatever. And so these blades probably are less than $2 or $3 to replace or whatever. But I don't use my cutter a lot. But when I do, I'm cutting probably heavy duty stuff because I like to cover books. I like to make traveler's notebooks. I like to make my own planners. So when I do use it, I'm using it for something, kind of heavy. I remember I got my first cutting board from Tuesday morning, I think it was. And I think I still have it. It was big and blue. I haven't used it in like so long. Like dealing with like sciatica and migraines and all this kind of stuff just takes the wind out of you. And it's like, oh, I don't want to do anything. But you just gotta have to, get out of the funk. Just get out of the funk. You know what I mean? And have some fun. And I think this is good. I think it ended up being perfect. It is still a little big on the edges, like a little long or whatever. But I don't think I'm going to mind that. If I do, I don't know. Let me just do an eyeball check really quick. Because if I do mind it, I may as well go ahead and cut it off now, right? We are ready to rock and roll. We are going to take this tape off. For directions, for best results, ensure both surfaces are clean and dry. They are. Tear or cut tape into desired length. Press the tape sticky side down and rub vigorously. Remove the white paper liner and adhere secondary object by pressing down firmly. For easier liner removal, pull on the tape lengthwise while tearing to help separate liner from tape. Alright, let's see what this looks like. Okay, it's got a little base on here. And ooh. Oh, okay. So it's got your little starter right here. Everything on here is sticky. This is kind of sticky, which lets you know that's like really potent. Remember, this is Gorilla Glue, okay? This is not for the weak. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take, I'm gonna leave that on there so it's easy for me to pull off, and I'm gonna do long strips, right? And try to stay within the actual, book. Trying to stay within the lines of the book. I know I'm crooked and all the things, but ooh, okay. That came off real easy, y'all. It was separating already. And then so I'm gonna be careful to do this edge right here. Now, don't worry about the edges. Because, like I said, we do have other adhesives. I can, add more or whatever. But I don't want to, overlap and all that kind of stuff. So, let's go ahead and tape this side as well. Both sides of the book have been taped down. It said rub vigorously. So, we have rubbed vigorously. I got a little tiny too much right there. I don't... See those little tags right there? I don't want that because I know it's going to cause a problem. Alright. Now, let's see what happens when we take it off. Take it off long ways, it said. So, let's see how easy or how hard this is to remove, shall we? Something told me when I started to do this, you should do your nails so you'll have something to work with. Okay, you got a little tool, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to be hard at all. I'm going to go ahead and get that up. I'm going to need a little extra right there, maybe, possibly, I'm not sure. But we'll see. And I'm sorry, you guys, let me know about the volume in the comments, because I didn't hook up my little microphone, so let me know if you guys can hear me okay. I'm gonna try to turn the volume up on the video. I'm using here lately, you know, I've been using Vlogstar forever. I absolutely love Vlogstar. It is like, I feel like they should sponsor me, because, you know, I love it so much. I bought the full version, and y'all know me, Miss Inch High Private Eye, when it comes to apps. I don't buy full versions of anything if I don't absolutely adore it. And I have hardly ever, because most things are like a subscription, you know what I'm saying? And I don't like subscriptions, you know what I mean? Just let me buy, you know, just let me buy it outright, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want that. All right, so you see how this is, you know, I can't flip it over, obviously. So what we're gonna have to do is take our material, okay, and line it up as best we can. Line it up really good, smooth it out really nice, really good. Look at that. Whoa! Whoa, Glorilla. I know it's Gorilla, but it sounds better saying Glorilla. Glorilla Glue. I think you got something on your hands there. I think this is good. I think this is gonna be good. I'm excited, and this is way cheaper than going to the store and buying, you know, because I know somebody's going to put in the comments, why didn't you just buy, you know, a leather-bound, you know, planner? Because this is cheaper. This book was $6, and this material was less than $3 now. So yes, it is good. This is a good thing, eh? Yeah, because if I had went to like Books A Million or something and tried to purchase, even in Walmart when we went to the planner section, those things were like 20 bucks. I'm not doing that. You know, when you gotta go and pick up, you know, supplies anyway, you need to go to Walmart or Hobby Lobby or whatever, you know what I mean? And a little elbow grease will not, you know, it's not gonna kill you. All right. So we're going to make sure that this is lined up really nice. Ah! So now my spine is hidden. Okay. The book is covered. You know what I'm saying? If you want to, you know, round the edges off, you can. My book, it doesn't have rounded edges. It's more like, you know, it's not rounded. It's not square. It's like squoval. You know, like they say at the nail shop, squoval. It's like squoval. And so if your edges, you're afraid your edges are going to come up and all that kind of stuff, all you have to do is get some of that Aleene's or some. I am probably going to use the Aleene's Clear. Because again, it's on the drier side, you know what I mean? And it's gonna, you know, dry clear. So I'm gonna make sure that my edges are, you know, tacked down as good as possible. And this stuff is drying down really fast. I mean, this is, shoot, this ain't bad, y'all. No tea, no shade. Really thin. Really thin. You don't want to be, you know, you don't want to get like, you know, a lot of, you know, the thick and, you know, gloppy. Really, really thin. Really, really thin. Yeah, just a little teensy weensy bit. It does not take much of this Aleene's for your project. No matter what your project is, it literally does not take much at all. I kid you not. Like, it is really that good. So imagine your book is going to be, you know, tacked down by the best. You got your Gorilla Glue. You got your, you know, Aleene's for around the edges. And again, I'm just making sure this is like a really thin coat. I don't want it to be, you know, thick and gloppy. And FYI, because, you know, it's like see-through adhesive, it's going to dry clear. I don't know if you can see that or not. So I'm just going to wipe that off and put the top back on here. Yeah. I got wipes. We have the Smart Care flushable wipes. I think I got these from Walmart, didn't I? No, I did not get these from Walmart. I got these from the Dollar General in the dollar section. There are 50 wipes in here. And y'all know I like to stamp, right? So, you know, I need, you know, wipes for my face, makeup removal, when I do my nails, when I do my arts and crafts and all that kind of stuff. So I keep facial wipes, these kind of wipes, bathroom wipes, wipes for the kids. Like, it's just, you know, a house full of wipes around here. All right. So, and it's almost dry. I mean, the inside of it is dry because it's double-sided tape, but the Aleene's, because we use such a thin, you know, coat. Yeah, it's like, it's literally almost dry. So now we can decorate. So basically what I want to do, is look and go, okay, which side is the front? This side for me is going to be the front. And the reason is because this side has that bulky edge or whatever, and I don't want that. So we're going to take our little decorations here. And you guys, you literally can use whatever you want. You don't, you know, have to do something because somebody else did it. You can decorate your books however you want to decorate your books, or your traveler's notebooks, or your planners. You know what I mean? Like, whatever you want to do for 2026, or, you know, whatever year you plan on doing this. If you plan on doing it for yourself, for your kid, for a gift, whatever. I don't think I put, let me see. I just have to make sure I put enough adhesive. I didn't get close enough to the edge right there. That's all that is. I just need to get to the edge. Okay. And then I have like other stickers, which if you have really good adhesive and you're afraid, you know, whatever sticker you use is going to like pop back up, don't worry. You can use, you know, they don't have to be, you know, 3D stickers. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to take, oh my God, look how cute already. I love. What do y'all think? More centered? What do y'all think? Is that too... Should I like tilt the boot? Should I tilt the boot and then tip the... Ooh, that's cute. Instead of keeping it straight. Because doesn't the boot look like it has a little face on it? So I was thinking more like I wanted the boot there. However... But then there's a gap right here. You know what I mean? So should I move the hat more towards the center? I think that's cute. And then, like I said, we have diamonds that we're going to be able to bling the book out with. I think this is cute. So let's do that. We're stuck like Chuck. Alright, let's examine the diamonds, shall we? Because I have never used this brand before. I'm assuming that this is the Walmart brand. You know, all these brands are coming out with, you know, like the Dollar Tree has their stuff. Walmart has their stuff. You know, Dollar General has their stuff. Everybody's coming out with, you know, arts and crafts, you know, center or whatever. All right, so these, it says stickers. So that means that the backs are sticky, which is going to be great for us because I'm going to show you why in a second. This is going to be so stinking easy. I love a good pack of stickies. Alright, so I got that cut out and I got everything in the garbage. I'm throwing stuff away as I go. And I'm cutting this because I just want to use the pink. And I see exactly where the stickies are. So these right here, this pink section right here, the stickies are going to be by 2s, right? These right here, I can cut in strips because I don't even have to cut them, which is so good. So, can literally just take that. Oh my god. It's fixing to be so cute. Oh my goodness. I am loving this already. Loving it all stinking ready. Alright. Now, in reality, I don't want to go all the way around my book. I'm just decorating the front. But, you know, you can decorate your book how you want to. You do not have to, you know, do it like me. It's just what I want to do at the moment. And if you don't trust the adhesive that's on the back of these stickers, you do have options. Option 1 is to get those individual stickies and just kind of, you know, do it yourself. And or you can add, you know, some adhesive, those little dots, those double-sided dots, or just about anything. And what I like about these, no matter what brand, they're almost always forgiving. You know what I mean? Like, but once they stick for a while, they're not coming up. They are not coming up. They're not going anywhere. You can forget it. So, yeah. Okay, so there's a pattern on my book, right? Let me zoom you guys in. There's a pattern on my book. You see how it's kind of like, you know, checkered, that squares, whatever. I am going to take my little diamonds right here and put my little diamonds on the pattern. Just sticking them on here. 2 by 2, just like I cut them. And to be honest with you, I didn't even cut them like that on purpose. I literally was just going with the flow. Oh my god, so cute, so cute. Love, 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 love. Okay? Absolutely, positively love the way this is going. Love what this is doing. Love how it's looking. Like, this is bomb.com. I love the hat. I love it. And you know what really made me get this? It wasn't even about, you know, like the theme or whatever. It literally was like, oh, it's got silver glitter. So I am pink and silver. I do not wear gold. Eh? So this is so adorable already. Like, I'm loving this already. Look how easy this is. This is like so easy, so simple. Yeah. This is like, you know, so fun to do on a Sunday evening. I got my Stanley full of water, which I'm gonna have to refill that jugger. Because you know what? I don't know if you guys have like Stanley cups or whatever, but my Stanley cup is so weird. Like, my ice will melt over the day it's over. And I'm like, why didn't y'all tell me? Why didn't y'all tell me that, you know? I'm like, did I get a faulty Stanley? Like, you know, because my kids got the Stanley cup for me. So they were like, Mom, you definitely need a Stanley cup. So we're going to get you a Stanley cup. And I was like, I've already got my Stanley cup in my shopping cart on Amazon. I am going to get my own Stanley cup. No, Mom, don't do it. You know, I don't think you need a Stanley cup. I don't think you know what? There's another cup that's so, you know, and I knew. I was like, they already bought it because they're doing all this, you know, just because I said I had my Stanley cup in the cart, which I did. It was a two-tone pink Stanley cup, and I had like my little Stanley cup jewelry that I was gonna, you know, pimp my Stanley cup out. It was gonna be super cute. I have one more left, and I don't want to leave it in the pack. That is insane of me. That I don't want to leave it in the pack. That is insane of me. There we go. So now we use the whole strip of pink. This is adorable. There we go. There's Stanley. Stanley is not treating me well. Alright, so now we have like a whole other sheet of stickers that I can put in the drawer. And then I can take the rest of these and I can, you know, decorate my book cover how I want to. I'm absolutely loving all the bling on my book. Like, I really do. I think it's turning out really nice. So I was like, let me start the camera back up before I, you know, finish the whole thing. So you guys can see a little bit of the process. And it's not really like, you know, a big process. You know what I mean? It's literally just positioning the bling where you want it. That's it, that's all. So I remember, like, this is really like taking me back. Like, ride or die teacups. Do y'all remember back in the day being on Periscope, hanging out the wee hours of the night? Because this was everybody's business. Everybody's business. It didn't matter if you cooked. It didn't matter if you made cleaning products. It didn't matter if you did affiliate marketing. Whatever, you know, it was. You were live on Periscope promoting your business. Like, it was bomb back in the day. And that's what this video kind of reminded me of. I was like, oh my God. I wonder if they remember all of that. Like, good times. So much fun. I'm telling you, I remember all the laughs and stuff like that. I remember doing like giveaways, like for my birthday. July the 9th would come around and, you know, I would do the giveaway and somebody would win a custom planner and all that good stuff. Like, good times, bro. Really, really good times. We just had so much fun back then. And I don't know why, you know, it's like such a struggle to get back to that over on YouTube. I'm not sure. But you know, we can go live on YouTube and do the same thing. I get, you know, life happens. Life changes. Things change. You know what I mean? But for me, it was a stress reliever. Because at the time, I was going through a divorce. I was battling anxiety. And this, you know, I just will never, you know, forget that, oh yeah, you know, this was a huge help for me. I don't know how anybody else felt. I just know for me, this was a huge help. And, you know, eventually my anxiety and everything just vanished. It just went away. Like, You know, it wasn't because of the medicine or whatever. Like, I had my, you know, granddaughter hanging out with me sometimes, and, you know, she's spoiled, so she would want to be in my lap all the time. So if you guys were up late with me, you probably met little Honesty. She's 10 years old now. She's not little Honesty anymore, but she is forever known as the Periscope baby. She is forever known as Periscope baby because that's where I was. I was on Periscope, you know, going through my divorce and anxiety. I was a brand new grandmother. I mean, I had a lot going on. And then, you know, this business just kind of happened out of thin air. And I was like, oh my God. And I remember my mom was like, you know, you're gonna have to, you know, cut this out when you get like your disability, because they don't want you to be a business owner. You know what I mean? And I was like, what? She was like, yeah, you can't be on disability and be a business owner. Like that's not tea. So I ended up, well, Periscope ended up, you know, leaving anyway. Yeah, so that was sad. It didn't necessarily leave, but those of us, you know, who were there, we did not want to just, you know, go over to Twitter. Like, we were not Twitter people. Like, we used Twitter for something completely different, but some people had good experiences with going live on Twitter. I have not tried live Twitter in a while. Because I just, you know, it's not Twitter anymore. It's X. Even though people still call it Twitter, it's not Twitter. It's X. You know what I mean? But there are some people who, you know, are doing big things over there. And, you know, more power to you. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. Like, do you think that X is still Twitter? Because I made an account, you know, so I could go live over there, but it was like, you have to do this and you have to do that. And, you know, I was like, I am not doing all that. When I still have YouTube and I could just go live on YouTube, I'm like, I'm not doing all that. Like, that is insane to me. So, you know, you gotta have, and I don't know what the threshold is now, in 2026. I really don't. I don't know what the threshold is over there. Because, you know, I just didn't really give it, you know, much thought, you know, after a while. But they were like, yeah, if you were able to go live over here, you can go live, you know, over on Twitter. And if I'm not mistaken, isn't Periscope still up? You just can't go live. Like, so if you had a lot of footage and, you wanted to get your footage, you know, you could. Like, I don't know. Isn't it? If you go to periscope.com or .tv or whatever it was, like, I don't know. I think so. I mean, for a while it was. Because I wanted, you know, some of my really memorable moments, you know, from there. I'm not sure. What do y'all think? You know, I know. Twanna, you said you wanted a leather cover, and you're covering all the leather up. Okay, don't judge me, alright? I like this. I think it's cute. I just don't, you know, there are a couple of gaps that, you know, I would like to cover up. That's all. That is all. It's just a couple of gaps, you know. I think it's cute. I think it's pretty. I think I went a little over, but I couldn't get the edging, you know, too right. Because, you know, it's either, you know, a diamond is going to be too short or too long or whatever. Whatever. But, you know, I wanted to show you some of the process because I'm like, it's really, you know, easier than, you know, what people think. Some people would be like, oh, I can't do that. It's just too hard. I don't see how she does that or how he does it. Listen, this is super easy. Once this, sets in stone, it's going to be, you can throw it in your purse. You know what I'm saying? You can do all the things. Once it dries down, sets in stone, I have seen people put some sort of, I don't know if it's a resin or whatever, over there. It's not that, difficult for me. The material is not curved. This is just how the diamonds ended up. It's not curved over this. I just wanted to show y'all. I might go back, tomorrow and take another row of diamonds, off. I don't know. What do you guys think? Does it matter? I mean, it kind of, bothers me, but for the most part, I just want to use the book. Now, FYI, the L-ings and all of that is completely 100% dry. And so there are like some little fuzzies on here, from the paper cutter that I will cut off, but the back is smooth and it's dry and it looks good. I mean, I love this. Now you can get like any type of leather material you want if you want to leather up your sketchbook or whatever, but this was just what I wanted. When I saw it, I was like, yeah. And really I went in for a brown. But I didn't like the brown, looking at it in person or whatever. So this just kind of said yes. So even though, the book was black, I was like, I really want the outside to be textured and pretty. Now, if you want to skip the leather part altogether and just put, diamonds and decorations, on the cardboard, you can do that. But again, this is what the inside looks like when you open it up. You see how that does? I don't have to see, that spine now because it's covered. So I got my spine covered. Beautiful notebook on the inside, ready to use. See how you open it up and you close it and, it's totally fine. I think I better quit picking with it because I have one diamond. And I think that diamond was, it's separated from the rest of them because I was trying to, fill in spaces or whatever. But we'll see how it goes as time goes on. But I don't think that any of this is going to move. I think it's going to be set in place. And after a while of like just, overnight, because it is 7:30, so I'll be asleep, well, I'll be up for a while. I'm not going to lie. I am a night owl, but I'm not going to be using the book, technically. It's made. Today is Sunday. We made the book today. So tomorrow, we'll go ahead and put this bad boy to use and, put some ideas and stuff like that. We'll be writing in this. We'll be, printing some stuff. And that's the reason I wanted the pages, because I'm like, I can print something from, the printer and put it in here if I want to stamp, if I want to color, like whatever I want to do to get my, brain dump done. That's what I can do in here. And then, like I said, I have the composition notebook, which is a backup. And, I'll turn that into a mini project and, it'll be complete for 2026. And the reason I'm doing this is, like I told you guys before, I have, this cute little calendar. Every year, everybody needs a calendar, right? And it's got like the cute little, book from church. And I think the calendar, is the bee's knees. I can, write stuff down in it if I, so choose to. My problem is with keeping a calendar like this is that, I personally put all of my dates and things inside my phone. I don't know how you guys started off doing this for 2026, but I think, was it last year or year before last, I actually started, keeping everything in my phone. And that's just what I like. And then I can't keep my Keep It Together band in here, so I'm gonna have to redo it if I want to use it. But I think this is really cute, and I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna use it. It's not, it is, throw in my purse practical or keep it in my car practical, which probably is what I will do after I get this adhered in there properly. I'll probably just keep it in my car, because this is definitely keep it in your car practical. This right here is more in-house, and then if I need to take it out, I can't. You know what I mean? So that's the system for 2026. So, and I still have my weeks right here that has all of my, you know, YouTube notes and YouTube information in it, but it's just like a sidekick. And then this, I actually had it in here for 2026, but I just can't seem to write in this. Like, you know, my girl sent it to me, was it year before last, and it was still in the box, and I said, oh, it'll fit. I can't write in it. It's just so precious. And then the only stickers that I bought this year, no shade, are these 2 sticker books. I'm not kidding. These are the only 2 sticker books I bought this year, with the exception of another little cowboy or cowgirl boot, which it is gold, but it's cute. And then these tabs right here that I got from the Dollar Tree, right? And these came from Hobby Lobby. So literally, this is all, because I just can't see spending an arm and a leg for stickers to go in a planner that's either going to go in the trash or go in, you know, the closet. Like, journaling, yes, but you know what I mean? And I have a bag of stamps that we will look at, you know, when I want to, you know, stamp something or whatever in the future. But I have to get like a stamping system. Like, everything is just all over the place. Like, my stamps are literally in a bag on the bookshelf. Which either means, number 1, I have too many stamps, or number 2, I just need a better way of positioning them so I can like get to them. But I thought this was, you know, really neat. Even if I only use, you know, these ones to mark the pages, they're still neat, right? And then these little stickies right here from Hobby Lobby. This is a Faith book, and they're $3.99, and everything that was Paper Studio was like 40% off. And then this right here is a girly pack of stickers, and this is it, babes. And I might put this in here, or I might put it on the inside of that, but that is it. Like, this is the system for, you know, 2026, believe it or not. this is the system for the year. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned something. And don't forget, if you want, you know, wipes on the cheap, y'all, go to the Dollar General and get your wipes, because these were $1 in the dollar aisle. You get 50 in a pack, and they're Smart Care, which means they are fresh scent. They're there's no dyes in it, and I mean, they're just like really good. So you can easily use them on your face, easily use them for the baby, easily use them in the bathroom, all the things, right? So all right, 2026, we're ready. I know it's February. Do not judge me, okay? But all the things are coming, you know, in place. Now, life update. I am going to the eye doctor tomorrow because I have this dye under my eye and I need my new glasses. So we're going to the eye doctor tomorrow. I might video, I might vlog. So I'll let you know. I'll put it on my community post, okay? And then on the 25th, okay, you guys, I am going to be in surgery again for the sciatic nerve. So I will try it on the community post to find my first video of the sciatic nerve, you know, trip, and post it. So that'll kind of be like a part 1, but this is part 2. I don't even, you know what? I think I just got pictures. I don't even think I did a video because I didn't have time. When they bring the drugs, you're going, you know, out. And so I was a little loopy, and so that's what happened. And I wasn't for sure if they would let me, you know, film or whatever back there. One nurse was telling me to put my phone up. The other nurse was telling me, oh, you should have, you know, got somebody to, you know, capture your reaction. So if my daughter is available, she might come and she might be able to, you know, film for me or whatever. So we'll see. So anywho, I'm gonna get out of here so I can relax, maybe watch some Bridgerton, enjoy my night, and start editing this video so that I can, you know, give it to you guys. So happy Valentine's Day, even though it's Sunday. Valentine's Day was yesterday, so if you're watching this, it's probably Sunday night or Monday, right? So still, happy late Valentine's Day. Happy Love Day. Every day is Love Day. So happy Love Day. I love you guys so much. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I will talk to you in the next one. Peace.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye, everyone.